Let's look at how NextREADY brings digital badging to employability and entrepreneurship skills. In our model, we take 6 competencies and combine them into a skill set. When we look at employability, these are communication, adaptability, critical thinking, drive for results, customer service, and leads people. The Core Score assessment tool allows you to get this information in under 15 minutes on your phone, in Spanish even if you wish. Once we have that data, we can begin looking at how we're using these 6 competencies. When we look at them one at a time, we're working at level 1 and level 2. Level 1 is when you can define it and identify it, and then level 2 is when you actually go to use it. But they can be connected. So when you take communication, you can connect it with adaptability, or critical thinking, or drive for results, or customer service, or leads people. Each of these pairs now brings you into a level 3 task. So as you combine them, you're really working now at the strategic thinking level. And ultimately, you combine these pairs into triads. When you've done 2 triads together, you've rounded the bases, you've covered all 6 competencies, and that's where you're getting to mastery. So in our model, the position determines the badge level. The individual tasks that you see here are level 1 and 2 tasks. And so as you work through those, you then have the foundation to be able to work in pairs. And those are the level 3 tasks. When you've got those pairs, you can then combine them into the triads that allow you to show mastery for the complete skill set. So now let's look at an example using digital media, a project that was done in Santa Fe Public Schools. Here we're looking at general skill sets. And the way we do that is to look at the career skills, which are both the career readiness, employability skills that we just looked at, and then they're focused in a specific pathway. So the pathway we were looking at was arts and AV. But these must be supported by the academic skills, both the linguistic, such as English language arts, or the academic, non-linguistic, such as visualization of mathematics. And it's equally important that we support these skills with digital literacies, which also can be linguistic or non-linguistic. So our 6 skill sets, no matter what job you're going for, combine career, academic, and digital. Let's see how that plays out in an actual example from Santa Fe Public Schools. Our badging process begins with a project plan. And the first step is to define a product. The product I'm making here is going to show that I'm computer and media literate. So the first question we have to understand is what we're going to make. There are 5 different types of products that can be made with digital media. And in this case, we've selected to make a video. So here are the skills that support the 6 claims that we have, and we'll have the opportunity to demonstrate each of them. The other steps in the planning process are shown here, but we have another video that will dive into that. Peer review is where we look at the products that have been made. My computer literacy is as a creator, a designer, and a builder, and I try to solve problems using the technology, so that's how I apply my computer literacy. In this case, I select my experience level, and this represented an example after the 50th time of my use of this skill. Next, I analyze the level at which I'm engaging with this task of computer literacy. If it was just simply recall, these are the steps I could be taking. I'm a little bit beyond that. If it was skills and concepts, I could be showing my ability to do these things. If it was strategic thinking, a short-term use of higher order thinking skills, I would be functioning here. But in this case, it was extended thinking, tasks that demanded higher order thinking processes, reflection, assessment, and adjustment of plans over time. So I'm going to pick that one.
Santa Fe loves technology.
We love computers!
When you see these huge companies, they choose a place based on an existing workforce.
So this is the final video that was completed by the team. and this is the rating that it received. We can see that it was the 50th example that I had. It was definitely a strong example, and it was working at the extended thinking use level. These are the characteristics that came across. Let's just watch for another minute to see what the students and teams did for this remarkable video.
In New Mexico, there are over 1,800 open computing jobs that represent nearly $150 million in potential income for families of our state.
New Mexico loves coding.
We started the New Mexico TechWorks project to expand tech access and education and increase tech employment and enterprise development in our region.
I think the most important thing you can do to be successful professionally is to never stop learning new things.
Technology helps me be more creative.
You can do computer science in creative and authentic ways, even if you aren't an expert.
Hour of Code.
Hour of Code.
I wrote 20 lines of code.
35 líneas de código.
I completed 101 lines of code.
The next thing we can do is see how this shows up in my skills bank. And here are all the tasks that I've completed, the evidence that's been evaluated. In this case, it was the Arts AV, Design and Audio, Film or Video Production. I used this to show that I had computer and media literacy. This is the rating that you just saw built. And here's how we use the Communication and Leads People skill set in terms of assisting this project. So everything that we do is about helping students show that they're ready for what comes next, and this is the way we get it done. Thanks a lot.